Welcome to The Explainer. Listen, if you're a focused learner looking to push your English skills to the absolute limit, you are in exactly the right place today. We're taking a magnifying glass to the advanced future tense, and honestly, we're going to frame these advanced structures not just as boring grammar rules, but as literal cheat codes for achieving true, effortless English fluency.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap to lower the cognitive load today. We're going to start by leveling up the future. Look at the strict will ban. Focus on mastering the future continuous, move on to conquering the future perfect, and wrap it all up with your Advanced Fluency Masterclass.
Section 1. Leveling up the future. While the basic future tense is a breeze, mastering these complex structures is where true advanced fluency is actually tested. Section 2. The strict will ban.
I really want you to treat this rule like a highly enforced law of the grammatical universe, okay? No exceptions. The absolute most common trap for learners trying to speak at an advanced level involves time clauses. These are your time clause trigger words right here: when, before, after, as soon as, and until. Now, whenever a part of your sentence starts with one of these specific words, a massive grammatical shift happens. Even if the action you're talking about is taking place in the future, you have to completely drop the word will from that part of the sentence.
Let's hear what this actually sounds like in practice. Just listen to the hesitant, kind of clunky rhythm of the incorrect version. When I will arrive, I will call you. It's like you're stumbling over the timeline, right? Now listen to the confident, native-sounding correct version. When I arrive, I will call you. So much smoother. Even though the arrival is in the future, the time clause, that part starting with when, absolutely must use the present simple tense. Let's reinforce this with a super common workplace trap. Listen to this. As soon as he will finish the report, he's going to leave. That is a trap. So the crucial point here is that you've got to shift that time clause to the present tense, exactly as we see in the correct version. As soon as he finishes the report, he is going to leave. Notice how the main clause, he is going to leave, still confidently uses the future tense, while the time clause stays locked firmly into the present. Moving right along to Section 3. Mastering the future continuous. Here is our second fluency cheat code. I want you to picture this formula boldly, like a scientific law governing time and space. The future continuous formula is simply will be plus the verb ending in ing. You use this specific structure to describe an action that will be actively in progress at a very specific time in the future. It's not just a one-and-done quick action, it's an ongoing state. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how useful this tense can be for setting boundaries in your daily life. Just imagine telling a friend, "Don't call me at 8 p.m. tonight. I will be eating dinner with my family." You aren't just saying you have plans. You're actually painting a vivid picture of an action, eating dinner, that will be actively in progress right when the clock strikes 8.
Let's look at another example and see how this builds our ability to tell a great story. This time next week, we'll be sitting on a beach in Hawaii. Lean into that daydreaming narrative for a second, right? The future continuous brings a highly specific future moment to vivid life. You can almost feel the sand and hear the waves because the grammar structure drops you directly into the middle of the ongoing action.
But this creates an interesting bit of narrative tension. What if the action isn't just in progress? What if we need to talk about an action that is 100% complete before a specific deadline hits? How in the world do we handle that? Well, that question brings us perfectly to Section 4. Conquering the future perfect. Now, this tense is notoriously tricky for learners, but I want you to treat this formula as your ultimate done deal master key. The future perfect formula is will have plus the past participle. The absolute critical concept here is that it describes an action that will be 100% completed before a specific point in the future. There's no ongoing action here. It is a finished, entirely wrapped-up reality relative to a future deadline. Let's break this down using a scenario I think we have literally all experienced: frantic cleaning before a guest arrives. By the time you arrive, I will have finished cleaning the house. This perfectly shows the relationship between those two future events. Your arrival is the deadline, but the cleaning? That will be a completely finished action before you ever even walk through the front door.
Now, what's really interesting when we map it out is how visually logical the future perfect becomes. We have today, we have the ongoing construction over the next few months, and then we have the hard deadline, December. The tense proves that the construction finishes perfectly relative to that deadline. Before December even begins, that bridge is 100% completed. And that brings us to Section 5, your Advanced Fluency Masterclass.
I really want to celebrate your journey through this explainer today. While these are often considered complex grammar structures, they're actually highly logical systems designed to give your speech absolute precision. So, let's rapidly summarize these 3 cheat codes to lock them into your memory. Number 1, the will ban. Remember, if you use a time word like when or as soon as, you must use the present simple in that clause. Number 2, the in-progress future. Use the future continuous, will be doing, for actions actively happening at a specific future moment. And number 3, the 100% completed future. Use the future perfect, will have done, when an action is entirely finished before a future deadline.
So, I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge to apply this knowledge immediately. Think about your own personal goals right now. By this time tomorrow, what will you have mastered? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep leveling up.